It's been 4 years now, running officially. I've been doing it for about 6 years.
Right.
And how's it going? Did you see the Louis Theroux Manosphere program that came out?
No, not yet.
It came out on Netflix. His Toki, that guy, he was the main guy that was on it. Had a couple of other influencers that were on it that are also part of the manosphere. They come with all that high masculine energy of what they say men should be like. Obviously, Andrew Tate, one of the most famous. But basically, this covering of this kind of stuff recently has been helping. Because basically it's putting a spotlight on this issue that a lot of people, sometimes when I'm doing Break the Silence stuff and I'm talking about this, people are like, is that an issue? Is that a thing? Is that needed? Where are you living right now? In society right now, there's some huge vacuum right now where men are feeling quite under attack, under respected, under supported, and there are vultures out there that are trying to capture those men in that vulnerable state right now. And if we don't do something seriously, then those men, it's like extremism. When people feel under extreme pressure, for whatever reason, they move to extremism. You see the rise of the right now. White men, racist, wanting to get this person out, change the country, sell the country to Trump. These people are people that they've felt so like this for so long that now they just gone to whoever seems to be representing them. That's what we're getting with men at the moment, where they're like, oh, you've got someone that's finally saying men are powerful, men should be listened to, women should bow down to men. For those men that have been feeling this big, that sounds great. Do you get what I'm saying? So Break the Silence has, for a while, my main thing was a real fear of that stuff.
Right.
A real fear that you have people that are not trained, they have no good intention, but their own populace, their own self-interests, and they will tie these men around their finger and use them, basically. And it will create real problems, and it is already. I work in schools. You see boys that are on the manosphere, they're Tate supporters, slapping girls, throwing chairs at female teachers, swearing at female teachers, saying, who the fuck are you? All of this kind of stuff. Because of this rhetoric that they've felt emboldened by. So, Break the Silence, it's been helpful having these shows. You got people like Louis Theroux who are well respected that are tackling these issues and putting a spotlight on these issues. You've got, Gareth Southgate that came out. He's been getting England FA to put money into this. You've got, I'm going to forget his surname now, Stephen G, the guy that he's been in loads of shows, man. Typical British actor, been in loads of anyway, he did a program called Adolescence. Right. Did you hear about that? Netflix?
No.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch it.
I know, I'd probably like that.
You don't watch TV?
No, but the thing is, obviously, when I see the highlights and things like that, and I know that's something that I need to be drawn to, this is it.
Let me tell you something. Adolescence, as a father, watch that. Right. As a father, watch that beautiful, amazing piece of theatre, of drama that he did. It's all filmed in one shot.
Crazy.
The whole series, one shot, a continuous camera shot. It's epic. It'll get to you, man. But it's all, that Adolescence program is all based on another smaller part of this manosphere, which is called incel behavior, where you've got basically young men, not just young men, young women as well on social media that are basically berating other young people for their lack of sexual experience and things like this, right? And the incel behavior of men talking down to women. And that program is all about that. And it's this guy, Stephen's son, that's been arrested because he's apparently killed a girl and he's 12 years old. Mad. So you Break the Silence, we're doing our thing, we're trying our best. Our mission still is to help men break the silence, change the culture on speaking, that speaking is power. And that being vulnerable actually makes you a powerful man rather than a weak one. And completely flipping that script. Because actually we believe that men that hold things inside are dangerous. They're dangerous to the people closest to them, and they're dangerous to the people they don't know. Because what is held inside will never stay inside. It will come out in some way, whether the person's coming out intentionally or whether it's coming out by accident. It will come out in their driving, in their drinking, in their gambling, in their attitude at work, in their relationship with their partner, it's going to come out somehow, and it's never going to be good for the people around them or the man. So, we're trying to teach that actually there's a real power to this, and there's a reason why as men should be good at this. So, and that's it. Actually, so happy I got a new contract today.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. My aunt said, I told my aunt as soon as I got back, she was like, it's not crazy money, but it's something. £12,000 contract with a youth charity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be working with their young men on a campaign around male mental health. And we're going to help create a men's circle for them. So all their young people that are part of their little youth group will have this new men's circle that they can participate in and come to. And we're going to build that up. So that's really exciting because my main mission is between now, well, it was supposed to be between now and the end of the year, but let's talk about end of 2027 to basically have a men's circle in every city of the country.
That's good.
We've got a number of them here in London, but we want to have presence all over the country. And an idea that if a man wanted to find somewhere to speak, there'd be at least one place.
Got you.
From us. So that's the mission. Obviously, the show. The idea of this was basically actually to say, do men spend enough time telling their story? Is there enough space for them to be recognized for the journey they've been on? Do you know what I mean? The ordinary man. Because I feel like people just don't know what the ordinary man goes through. Do you know what I mean? And actually, we need to recognize and say, well done, my brother. That ain't easy. But now I get just that little bit about your journey of manhood. And by hearing those, inspire others. So that was what this was about, because lots of men need lots of different things, but using this medium of social media to get this message out, we felt like actually we needed to do some stuff that had a bit of a wider reach. And also, you also have an opportunity to recognize men as well for what they're doing and the journey they've been on. So,
and listen, that's doing amazing things.
Thank you, my bro.
Once again, congratulations on that contract, you know what I'm saying? And
a little something.
And this is what it's about, man. We grow just to encourage and inspire. So,
and for me, this was never about being rich. This came from my own interest. I was a 28-year-old man that was doing well in my job, but thought, actually, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't have a dad here that's giving me that guidance and saying, no, this is the next step. This is what you need to be working on. I had no idea. I'm just following this map that was laid out at school that is kind of fading because them teachers are long gone.
Bro. Yeah.
I'm just trying to work it all out.
Yeah.
And I was like, should it be like that though?
And it shouldn't.
Should it be like every man's just out here just trying to work out what they're supposed to be doing and who they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to be a good man, just working it out for themselves? And I don't feel it's like that for women. I feel like they have a bit more of a structure of what they're aiming for. And in new feminism, there's this idea that they can be working to be business women and women leaders, but then also be nurturing and mothers. And there's guidance for all of those things. Do you get what I'm saying? And they also have the natural culture of discursiveness. They will sit with their mum or grandma and talk. What's going on? I'm going through my period. I'm doing this. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm pregnant. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I don't know what I should do. They have that. Do you get what I'm saying? If they've got a little problem, they'll sit with their girls and that
discussion circle.
Everyone's putting their little bit in, whether we think it's good or not.
They have that.
Whereas as a man, sometimes we think we have to work it out by ourselves.
You know what? It's more of like, it's sad to say, but a lot of us, we feel a bit more comfortable to discuss about certain things that doesn't relate to us. That's why when it comes to, like, let's say for instance now, if we have a man in group chat or whatever you call it now, the majority of the conversation will be based on banter. And that's a good thing actually, because at the end of the day, whatever you've been going through your day, if something made you smile, you just added another couple more hours or years to your life. So it's good. That intensive is good, right? If I said that word right. But nonetheless, to dig deep is to understand what that individual went through and the majority, unfortunately, right, whether they have the father there or not, to dig deep, it's a skill for us to learn. But personally speaking, why is that a skill? Why? Because you are the environment you keep yourself around. The environment and how, well, speaking for myself, how I was raised, right, was amazing with my mother and my uncles and everything. But needless to say, I did fit that, what do you call it, that retrospect, the narrative of growing up in the hood. I fit that.
Stereotype.
Exactly, a stereotype. And I went through that. Of course, when I look back at it now, it's mainly who I am today. But I know that now that I have a son, it's deeper than that. I have no choice. If I can't do it for myself, I need to dig deep for my son. So if I dig deep for my son, I will know the wordings and how to speak to him. So that's where I'm at today.
The motivation is different now.
It's different now because it's easy for us men, right? I don't know if it's because of our test level. I don't know what it is. But we know how to sink things down. But as you said, one way or another, it will come out. So the question is, are you going to keep on taming whatever that you're trying to bottle inside and just let it come out like a rage? Or are you going to face that? Whether you want to call it demons, whatever you want to call it, it's going to come out. So you're going to have a conversation with that.
And at least that means it's something you're controlled that time. Because now you're choosing. I'm saying, today I'm going to open this box rather than it just seeping out whenever it wants to.
That is it.
Well, I'm glad you're on the same page, man, because I feel like either a lot of men don't think about this or they just believe that they've got it all under wraps until it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested. What's your story like? Of course, you started talking a little bit about your upbringing, but what's your story? Where do you feel like your journey of manhood started?
Well, it's easy for me to say it started when, knowing that I was about to have a child, right? But it started way before that, to be fair. And I've always been big into fitness. I was into music as well, running a studio and everything like that. And to be honest, just to be self-sufficient, I feel like the minute you need to be self-sufficient, that's when you understand, right, you are now becoming a man. Because you now have to make decisions for yourself. And the sad reality is that most of us, as you said, we don't have that go-to person. You briefly said that you didn't have your quote-unquote your father around, right? Same here. Obviously, I still talk to him time to time, whatever, but the message that I'm trying to point out here is that we had to figure it out. And figuring it out could go two ways. It can go one way where you're just allowing whatever your environment to control you, right? To control your decision making, or actually seeking what is embedded in your subconscious mind. So thankfully enough, I was able to just pay attention to what it is that I generally want to do and who I want to become. And that in theory allowed me to make drastic decisions to not put me in certain positions that I know that can either end my life or put me in places I know that I'll regret.
That's realistic.
And so here I am today, man, 35. You never have it figured out. I'm still figuring it out, but I'm listening to here. And obviously, I believe in God, I believe in my Most High, and have my discussions with him. And yeah, we're patching things up, man. That's all I'm doing right now, bro. I swear to you.
No, it's powerful, man. It's powerful, and more power to you for somehow connecting with, you said, that inner value, that inner quest to be the best man you can be.
That's it.
Rather than just where the wind blew, innit? Do you know what I mean?
This is it, man.
I don't think it's an easy thing. I think the people that go the other way, I don't think it's their fault. I think it's not easy. And that's why I feel like we should remove some of that almost 50-50-ness about those two pathways. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy to think that just because you don't have father or whatever around, that suddenly you could go either way.
Right.
So easily. Do you know what I mean? And I'm glad that you didn't, but for so many, we'd see that they do. I'm interested. This is partly because I'm personally just interested in this because I'm getting to that point. But you mentioned that you could easily go and say that becoming a man was when you realized you were going to be having a child.
100%.
And it's clear there was things before that, but I'm interested in that point as well because I think that will resonate with people, I'm sure, as a moment that they can recognize or sympathize with, because either they've thought about it or they've been teased by it, or they're actually in that moment now. So can you tell me a little bit more, man, about that moment?
You want me to go deep?
As much as you're happy to share, my bro.
Yeah, man. Oh, boy. Like I said, man, don't know if I should start by saying it's unfortunate, but yes, the stereotype that you can say for that average black person growing up in London, right? I fit it to a degree. I didn't go full Monty, but I fit it to a degree. And the only reason why I say I fit it to a degree is because in my teens, I was moving with certain people, doing certain things. I always knew I had a little bit of life in me. When I say life, as in I wasn't a quote unquote demon or green reaper or whatever you call it, do you understand? And this is the pressure that I realize a lot of the young people are facing. They generally are like, let me not say nice, but good people, as in they are good civilians, right? But there's a pressure to be this demon. So that's what I was facing when I was young. I can't lie, I just wanted to vibe and get some things. You are the project of your environment to a degree. We have a choice, but the pressures are always there, innit? Massive. Exactly. So to cut the long story short, you've been through a few beefs and it could have gone one way or another way. And I chose for it to go the other way. I didn't want it to just go back and forth, because thankfully enough, I'm here today to tell my story, and I can't thank God like any more, bro. Like, it's mad. And that's what I'm saying. The fact that we're alive to do what we can do, gotta thank you gotta thank the Most High, man. But you know what I mean? So I think what you wanted me to land on, in the sense of telling other people who feel like they can't just come out of what they went through and the past is haunting them, what is your purpose? All right. And for me, when I stood like 10 toes on my purpose, I never looked back. Because when you have something, right? And this is why I always say, look, if you have your woman there, that's fine, all right? But I'm telling you right now, your woman will cherish you a lot more, right? Or the people around you, when you have a purpose that keeps you driven, right? And the only reason why I say that is because that purpose is what's going to keep you grounded. You have your integrity, all right? You don't need to feel jealous of next man just because next man is up there doing certain things that you feel like you should be doing. You don't even have that time and energy to be thinking to that perspective, because you have that purpose is keeping you busy, right? And it's that same purpose that allows me not to think of my past that I went through, been stabbed, all of that stuff, almost lost my life and boom, going back and forth. I just said, this is not for me. And I realized that culture is not for me, I'm trying to say. And rightfully so, you said, like, the youngers, even the oldest, to be fair, it all comes down with pressure, and that pressure comes down when you do not know who you are. We're all still figuring out who we are, but the minute you just like, you pause what's going on, right, consciously around you, you just pause for a second. You understand the people who are around you, right? You understand who you can call quote unquote friends, right? And you realize that, you know what, maybe not having too many friends, like, it's not a bad thing. It's not a problem. You understand? Because unfortunately, as amazing friends are, they're not as amazing as you think. You need to understand clearly, you grow up with each other. Well, why do you generally call each other friends? What is there? And I'll be honest with you, as much as I love my people, them that I grew up with, whatever, I'm starting to realize that friendship per se is one where you can, let's say for instance, you set up this meeting, we're here, we're just having a vibe, right? It's where you guys, where your energy is actually matching without, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no
External stimulus,
commitment.
It's just natural.
And that's because we came here on a motive, whatever the motive is, whether it's for us to make money or not. But why we're generally having a natural conversation and a natural exchange, right? Not all friends, but I'm just saying majority, that's my friend from the do. So it's like you're now hitting your subconscious on how to speak to my man or her. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's why it's okay to understand you not to have friends. It's not a problem, all right? But to not derail from where I was coming from, right? look into yourself. A lot of people are not looking into themselves. They're looking into their surroundings. How would I look if I do this in front of this person or that person? And that is the problem. And that's why when certain people see me, they're like, "Raw." At first it was, you're doing the most. But now it's like, I see what you're doing. But if I stopped from when my friends said you're doing the most, where would I be? Same for you as well. If you stopped where we had that discussion upstairs, but we're still doing our thing here, regardless on the studio or not. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you have that impact in you too. So
got a purpose to do and complete.
This
no
is-
matter what's coming up, the barriers. This was find a little something there.
and
100%.
that's my point. I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of people, they find purpose in other people. I'm not knocking that down, all right? But the problem when you find purpose in other people, you lose yourself.
Hey, no, it's crazy because one of the things that we teach the kids when we go to school is a thing called ikigai. Have you heard of it?
Ikigai, no.
So ikigai is a Japanese proverb, and ikigai is this idea of this very natural center that you can find of where your purpose is. And it basically says, pick something that you're good at naturally, good at, something that helps the community. So it helps people around you, something that makes money, and something that you're passionate about.
Right.
And that when you answer these questions and feel the stuff that do all these different things, you find your ikigai, which is your thing, your purpose, right? And it's funny because when we teach these kids this, they're like, what? We always get talked to at school about picking your subject or picking your degree or picking what your profession is going to be, but no one ever tells us how.
You hear that?
They don't actually know. We don't actually spend any time teaching these young men how to find their purpose.
We don't. It's sad.
So all this time, they're just looking at other stuff. That's all they do. And what does that do? Naturally, that makes you now attach yourself to other stuff. Nothing. You're looking away from yourself. You get what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man.
So you see someone tells you that's cool. That's a YouTuber. Oh, I'm a fan. But they don't then translate that to themselves to think, is this my purpose? Is this in person an inspiration for me to do something like this?
Yeah.
No, because they're not taught how to even make that assessment or analysis from that situation. All they're being taught to be is a consumer, which is, ISO Speed is cool, man. I love this guy. I'm going to watch that person all the time. And there's no recollection and impact on them and their purpose. And we don't teach young people this. And so this is not even just young people. This is all men.
Everyone, yeah.
This is everybody. This is everyone to say to people, have you truly thought about what is your thing? And for men, I ask them the question, you said this yourself. It obviously was naturally in you, or maybe it was in your environment, and your mum or uncles or whatever. But that question of saying, what kind of man do you want to be? Is that a question even in your vocabulary? Do you ask yourself this? Have you even made a plan to start writing down, no, this is the actual man I want to be a little bit like Aisho Speed. I want to be a little bit like my priest. I want to be a little bit like my uncle. Because once you start doing that, and you've actually got a picture of it, it will be really hard not to be doing lots of things opposite to that thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Once you say to yourself, I want to be a millionaire, like this guy, I want to drive this car, I want to have this kind of house.
You will be a millionaire.
You're already steps closer to being a millionaire.
Yeah.
Every act you do, you're going to be very aware the acts that are not millionaire acts. Because you've already pictured it, you've already created it, you've already thought about it, you've already written it. And so one of our big things when we go into schools is we get people to do a video diary of themselves. What kind of man do you want to be? We've got 6 pillars of manhood: discipline, responsibility, strength, community, courage, and the final one is mastery. And the idea is that as a man, you need to have all of these, but especially something that you have mastered. What is the thing that you decide you are going to be the master at?
Powerful, man.
And that's your purpose. Because it could be anything. If you want it to be fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, let it be that. But you are planning to be the master of it.
Master of that, easy.
So, man, anyway, thank you so much, bro. Just for the camera, just introduce yourself and just let everybody know who you are.
How's it going, guys? My name is Patrick OJ. Some people know me as Ocho. I am the founder of Nutrition. We sell gym essentials. We do supplements as well as gym and fitness accessories for you lot to obviously obtain and achieve your fitness goal. But you know what? I actually did have something like for us to drink or whatever, but I'll show it for the people.
Oh, you get that on there.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, brilliant. Because last time I did a filming like this, camera turned off halfway through,
man.
And we were having this epic convo, bro. It was painful.
Cool, man. So we've got the Nutrition back-to-back creatine and electrolyte 2-in-1 blend. Now, I know a lot of people, right, they either just go get the creatine and they get the electrolytes separately, but we say, hang on a minute. We want to get you guys a 2-in-1 blend where you get your strength, you get your endurance, and most importantly, you get your hydration along with recovery. Orange and mango flavor, it's been out for a week now. So guys,
oh hey, brand new.
Do your thing, man, do your thing. We were going to sip a little something, but I think we'll do that on another occasion.